Hi everyone. Topic is simple interest. So if you go for an interest, we know that people won't lend our money without any cost of gain. Okay, so day by day in today's life, we'll give up money or we'll lend up money or we borrow our money for certain interest. That is known as there are two different types of interest. Today I am going to see about a simple interest. What is simple interest? Okay, so we know that money is a valuable thing and cannot be lent for the free of cost. Okay, we are borrow or lend it after if your close friends used to give for a free of cost. If it is a third person or if it from we're lending from a bank or some other thing, there will be certain interest. We have to return the money with extra money. That is known as an interest. So in that thing, we are going to see about simple interest. Okay, simple interest nothing but the principal amount will be same for the throughout the period. How long the period it may be? It may be a 10 years, 8 years, 2 years, 1 year, anything. The principal amount will be the same for the throughout the year. That is known as a simple interest. Okay, in the thing there are three important things are there: principal, interest, and amount. Principal is nothing but the amount which we lend or borrow. Okay, if you are giving 100 rupees to your friend, that is known as a principal. Or else if you are getting 100 rupees as a borrowing 100 rupees, that amount is known as a principal. Okay, interest is nothing but the amount which is given extra after a certain period. If you are giving 110 rupees after a certain period, that 10 rupees is known as interest. Okay, that is known as interest, the amount which is given extra to the borrower or lender, that's known as interest. Next is amount is nothing but sum of principal and interest. 100 the amount which we lent or we borrowed, and plus extra amount we paid or we got, that is known as interest. That is sum plus principal plus interest is known as amount. Okay, so simple interest calculated on a original principal for any length of time. So it is calculated for original principal. In starting what we lending or what we borrowing. For example, we are lending 1,000 rupees. The 1,000 rupees for 1,000 rupees the principal is interest is calculated throughout the time. That is known as a simple interest. So simple interest is denoted by the formula PNR by 100. P is nothing but principal, N is number of years, R is rate of interest by 100. Okay, simple interest that is equal to PNR by 100. Okay, next one is, let's go for the sum. So in these three terms, there are four terms, that is interest, simple interest, principal, number of years, and rate of interest. In these four terms, they may give the three terms and they ask us to find the fourth term. So the terms may be directly given or indirectly given. For example, find the simple interest for the principal amount rupees 500 at the rate of 5% in 5 years. So they're asking us to find the simple interest. They're asking us to find the simple interest, and they have given the amount which we lent or borrowed, that rupees is 500, and the rate of interest means the interest amount will be 5%, and the amount the period will be 5 years. So we know the thing, simple interest that is equal to PNR by 100. The P is 500 and N is 5%, sorry 5 years, and R is 5% divided by 100. That is equal to simple interest will be 125. This is the direct type of question. So they have given the principal and rate of interest and number of years in the direct form. Sometimes they give in the indirect form. Okay, so there are four terms, that is simple interest, principal, rate of interest, and number of years. In these four terms, they give the either three terms directly or indirectly and ask us to find the other fourth term. Okay, next sum. What sum of money will produce rupees 143 interest in 3 1 by 4 years at 2 1 by 2 1 by 2 percentage? Okay, they're saying that we have to find what sum of money will produce. So they're asking that which amount will produce the interest 143. So they're given as interest is equal to 143, and the year, the number of year, that's equal to 3 1 by 4. 3 1 by 4 can be written as 4 3 is a 12, 12 plus 1, that's equal to 13 by 4. Okay, 13 by 4 years, that's equal. Okay, and 2 by 2.5 percentage, the rate of interest will be 2.5 percentage. So we have to find the principal. They are asking me which amount will produce the interest. We have to find the what is that principal. So we know that simple interest, that's equal to PNR by 100. Since we have to find the P, the P will be equal to 100 into I by Tn. 100 into I by Tn. We know 100 into what is I? 143. The interest is 143, and time, that's equal to 3 1 by 4 years. That is 3 and 3 1 by 4 years, and rate of interest with that is equal to 2.5 percentage. So principal will be equal to 1760. In the previous time, the sum they asked us to find the simple interest. In the sum they asked us to find the principal. So the three terms, that is principal and rate of interest and number of years, has been given, and they asked us to find the principal. Okay, so like that, any three term will be given, and they ask us to find finally the fourth term. The next sum is a sum of money at simple interest amounts to 815 in 3 years. They are saying that certain sum of money, we doesn't know what is the sum of money, what is the principal amount, but that amount will give 815 rupees simple in 3 years, and to 854 rupees in 4 years. What is the sum? They are asking the what's the sum means principal. So it is the indirect sum. The previous two sums are directly they given the interest, the rate of period and number of years, etc. And this year they are giving the we doesn't know what is the rate of what is the principal, and we doesn't know what is the interest is given, and we know that the sum of amount in the third year is 815 and the fourth year is 854. Okay, so from this we can take it as for 3 years it is 815 and 4 years it is 859. So 3 minus 4, it gives the 1 year. So that is 1 year, simple interest for 1 year, that is equal to 854 minus 815, that is equal to 39. For 1 year he pays the interest as 39. Okay, so we have to calculate for 3 years. For 3 years, how much does he pay? So for 1 year, if he pays 39 rupees, for 3 years, he pays 39 into 3, that is equal to 117. So 117 will be the total interest he have been paid for 3 years. So we know that 815 is the amount, okay, that is our principal plus interest. So we know the principal plus interest, that's equal to 815. So 815 minus interest will give the principal. 815 minus 117, that is equal to 698. This is the form of an indirect equation. So they have given the total amount for 2 years. From the 2 years we have to find the interest for the 1 year, then we have to calculate for the 3 years. That is 1 year it is 39 rupees, for 3 years it is 39 into 3, that is equal to 117 rupees. So we know the amount, we know the interest. From the if you minus the amount and the interest, we'll get the principal. This is the form of indirect way. Okay. Next one. Next one is what is given? The sum of rupees 468 was lent out at simple interest at the end of 1 year 8 months. 1 year 8 months, the total amount was rupees 500. Find the rate of interest percent per annum. So they're saying that 468.75 rupees was given as lent out. Okay, at the end of 1 year 8 months, after 1 year 8 months, the person is returning as 500 rupees. Okay, so find they're asking you what is the rate of interest. Okay, so we know that how much does extra he pay. For instead of paying 468.75, he pays 500 rupees. That is, his pays extra is 31 rupees 25 paise. So 31 rupees 25, the extra amount that he pays, it taken as interest. Okay, so we know the interest amount, that is equal to 31.25, and number of year, that is equal to 1 year 8 months, and we know the end amount, that is amount that's equal to 500 rupees. So we know the three terms, and we have to calculate the fourth term, that is rate of interest. So rate of interest will be equal to 4%. So R, that's equal to 100 into I by number of years into principal. So 100 into interest, that's equal to 500 minus 468.75, that is equal to 31.25. Okay, and we know that number of year, that's equal to 1 year 8 months. 1 year 8 months can be written as 5 by 3. Okay, 1 year 8 months can be written as 5 by 3, and principal, that is equal to 468 rupees 75 paise. So by calculating these things, we'll get R equal to 4%. Next one is, in what time will rupees 8,500 amount to rupees 15,767.50 at 4.5% per annum. They're saying that 8,500 becomes 15,677.50 in certain period. We have to find that period. The rate of interest will be 4.5%. So we know that initial amount, principal amount is 8,500. We know the amount. So if you minus the amount and the principal, we'll get the interest amount. That is 8,500 minus 15,767.50. We'll get 7,267.5 as the interest amount. That is the interest he paid for the amount 8,500 for 4.5 years. So we know what is principal? 8,500, and the interest that is equal to 7,267.5, and number of year that is equal to, we doesn't know, we have to find it out, and the number of year that's, sorry, percentage that's equal, or the rate of percentage that's equal to 4.5. So we have to find the number of years. So a number of year will be equal to 100 into interest divided by rate of interest into principal, that is I that is equal to 7,267.5, and rate of interest that is equal to 4.5, and principal that is equal to the amount which we lent at the starting, that's 8,500. So by calculating this, we'll get 19 years. Okay, next one is, this is very important thing which is asked in Wipro question paper, mostly Wipro TCS, such kind of question paper, these sums will be asked. So it's a tricky way of questions. Okay, a sum of money doubles itself in 100 years at simple interest. They're saying that certain amount, we doesn't know what is the sum, but they're saying that the certain amount of question, certain amount of money is double. Double means it get twice. For example, if it is 100, it gets 200 in 10 years at simple interest. If it's simple interest, the rate of interest will be same for throughout the period. If for 10 years, the rate of interest will be same for 10 years. Okay, what is the rate of interest? They're saying that sum of money is getting doubled. We doesn't know sum of money. Okay, if you want to go by formula, you can go by formula, that is rate into time, that is equal to 100 into multiple number of principal minus 1. This is the formula. Or else if you want to go by the logical method, I'll say you the logical method, you can go by logical method. So if it is a formula, rate, we doesn't know the rate of interest, we have to find it out, and time is 10 years. Okay, into 100 into multiple number of principal, the principal will become how many times, that is known as a multiple number of principal. They are saying that money becomes doubles, so 2 minus 1. So 100 into multiple number of principal means how much time it becomes? It becomes doubles, right? Doubles means 2. So 2 minus 1 divided by 10, that's equal to 10%. If you want to remember this formula, you can remember, or else you can go by a shortcut method. So we doesn't know the principal amount. Okay, so we can take it as 100. Why are we taking as 100? Because easy for calculation. 100 table, 10th table, it's easy for calculation. We are taking the sum of principal as 100. So 100 becomes 200. 100 becomes 200 in 10 years. Okay, 100 becomes 200 in 10 years. Okay, so 100 becomes 200. 100 becomes 200 in 10 years. We are paying extra 100 rupees, right? Extra 100 rupees. 100 becomes extra 100 in 10 years. So 100 by 10, that is equal to 10%. This is known as a tricks. Okay, the interest amount divided by number of year. So 100 become 200. The extra amount which we pay is 100 rupees. That is 100 divided by the number of year, that is equal to 10. So 100 by 10, that's equal to 10%. Okay, next one is the same time, it becomes 4 times. In the previous sum, they asked to find the rate of interest. Here they asked us to find the time period. The sum of money become 4 times itself at the rate of interest 5%. What is the time period? What is the time period? If you want to go by the formula, you can go by the formula rate into time, that is equal to 100 into multiple number of time minus 1. That is time we have to find. Time that is equal to 100 into how many times the principal becomes 4 times. So 4 minus 1 divided by, that is rate of interest 5, that is equal to 60 years. We can do by this thing, or else we can take as 100. So 100 becomes 4 times, right? 4 means 400. Extra what does we pay? 300 rupees we pay, right? 300 divided by rate of interest. If rate of interest is given, we have to divide the interest by rate of interest. If number of years is given, interest divided by number of years. Here the rate of interest is given, so 300 divided the extra amount, that is 100 becomes 400. The extra amount we pay is 300 rupees. So 300 divided by, since rate of interest is given, divided by rate of interest. So 300 by 5, that is equal to 60 years. This is shortcut. So without a pen and paper, we have to do it. So this is known as an aptitude, right? So because we have only 1 minute to solve. So if you take a pen, if you remember the formula, it take a long time, you have to solve. So if you go by a mind calculation, it will be very easy to solve. Okay. So if principal is not given, you have to take it as 100 because it's easy for calculation. Same like that. Here in how many times it become the next fold in they ask. Okay, a sum of money doubles itself in 7 years at simple interest. Okay, for example, if you take 100 rupees, it becomes 200 rupees in 7 years. Okay, so for to become 100, extra 100, it takes us 7 years. Okay, so in how many years it becomes a fourfold? Fourfold means extra 400, means 100 to 400. So how many years? So for 100 it takes a 7 years. For 200 it takes a 14, and next another 100 it will take another 7 years. That is equal to 21 years it takes. Okay, so if you go by formula, rate into time, that's equal to 100 into same formula. If you go by a logical method, 100 for 100 it takes a 7 years. For extra 300, how many years it takes? For extra 300, 7 plus 7 plus 7. So 7 plus 7 plus 7, that's equal to 14 plus 21. 14 plus 7 is equal to 21 years. So sum of amount, for example, sum of amount becomes doubles in 7 years, as the same sum of amount becomes fourfold in 21 years. Okay, so this is simple interest. Simple interest is a very easy topic, and only few questions will be asked whether it is in direct form or indirect form. Okay, thank you guys.